Hello and welcome to Ready Set Demo from Elizabeth's Craft Room. Today I have just popped on to show you some really fun things that you can do with the Little Treats bundle. I don't think it's been shown enough love. I think this is really great. I love it. And so I wanted to show you some different ways that you can use this rather than making just the little kind of traditional pouch. So I've got lots of samples to show you, and I've got two different ways to actually use, or three different ways other than just the regular kind of box. So this is how it's supposed to go together, and that is cute in itself. It's got little, I'll just show you on that one, it's got a little slot at the top there so that you can feed ribbon through, and it makes this little box. It's super simple to make, and I really like that. I really appreciate that. My lovely ladies are doing this in class this month, and they have already been telling me they love it. So that's good. So that's kind of the basic thing. But I wanted to show you that there was more to this die, because I always think the more different ways we can show it being used, the more we'll sell, because people can see they're getting better value. Okay, we'll start off by looking at a slightly different way of putting this together. So let's go ahead and do that. So bringing in my new, what are you calling yours? Because the Stampin' Cut and Emboss is a bit of a mouthful. My lovely ladies used to call our previous machine the Big Boy. So they've decided to call this one the Handyman. So in Elizabeth's Craft Room, this is the Handyman, and we are loving it. So it could be that the old Big Boy of mine was very old, but this one is cutting like a dream in comparison. So I am loving that. So this is how the piece cuts out. And the traditional way, or the intended way to put this together, was you've got some little slots there which you can put a bit of adhesive on and slot in, and then what I've been doing is putting, go on, slot for the camera, it's not difficult, there we go, and then I've been putting a bit of adhesive here and here, and then just folding those two pieces up. So that's sort of the traditional intended way of putting this together. It is a very pretty box like that. Another little example here. But I wanted to be able to get something a little bit bigger into it, especially if I'm putting chocolate into it. So, because that's not enough chocolate for me, I don't know about you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some adhesive onto the inside corners of those tabs, being careful not to glue it to the grid, which I probably will. Off you come. Okay, so I'm putting that on the inside corner, and then I'm bringing these tabs up so that the point there touches the edge, like so. And again, the point touches the edge. Same on the back, point to edge and point to edge. So the slot pieces are all hidden in this design. You can't see those, and I think that makes a really pretty little box. You can decorate that. This is one of the dies from the pack. There's some really nice dies in there as well. But I think this is so pretty with the snowflakes. I'm reluctant to cover them up. Maybe I'll cover this side. This one's not quite so pretty. The other side's really pretty. So you can pop one of those on, and we can take some of our super pretty ribbon. I'm glad this carried over from last year. It's just gorgeous. And maybe a little bit of twine, and tie that round, or you can tie a bow. A knot's always good when you're doing it in front of the camera. So I've got a little tie off there. And there's our little box. So as you can see, that makes, I didn't cut that there. There we go. That makes a much wider box and you can get more in. So here's another couple of examples. I did that with the glimmer. Do you love this glimmer paper? Just gorgeous. This was a little one I did on camera for my lovely ladies to show them what I've just showed you, how to make it work. This is another one of the little tags. Isn't that cute? I've done a little to and from on there, and that is in there. So yeah, you can make a much bigger version. And this is the reason why you need a bigger version. It's when you put chocolate in it. And don't look too carefully about the fact that I dropped that in an ink pad. I'll just put my thumb there and then it would be nice. But they really are rather good. And I think it makes more of that little box to show another way. What else can we do? Well, you don't need to use the whole thing. You can use the decorative bit. Now, you can cut those just using this piece of the die. So let me put a colour behind that. Those show up a bit more on the white. So they make little tags, which are super sweet. And of course you've got all that detailing on them with the stitching and your little tag place. I love this little banner that's in it. I can see myself using that over and over again. Personally, I will never use the spider. But other than that, I absolutely love the bits and pieces that are included in that. So there's another way to use it. And we have one final thing that you can do. You can use this to make a little belly band. So I will go ahead and show you that. We'll start off by cutting the belly band piece. If you look at my plates, you can actually see how many of these I cut for my my class, because this was a brand new plate. So we did lots and lots of these in red. So let's do one now in blue. This is the new Misty Moonlight. I am doing this in. Very satisfying clicky crunchy noises. Okay, let's take this off. And then all I'm going to do is take a pair of paper snips and snip up the sides there and there. And then if I was going to make this into tags, I would just chop them off where that line is. If you want a longer tag, you can do a longer one and then just do some decorative pieces over where the score is. If you wish, brush those little pieces out with my die brush. Just so pretty. Okay, so we've got that piece there. Now let's have a little look at the box itself. Now I'll give you the measurements of this, but if you are watching this because you're on my newsletter list, you will already have a link to all the measurements on the newsletter list. If you're not on my Ready Set Demo newsletter list and you would like some photos and these measurements, then email me at liz.shannon@icloud.com and just say newsletter and I'll pop you on the newsletter list, and I'll also send you a copy of the latest newsletter with those measurements on, but I will give them to you. You can see I'm making a little pizza box here. So this is 7 3/4 by 4 1/4, and this is scored at 3/4, 3 1/2, 4 1/4 and 7 inches. There we go. Get there in a minute. And I'm just taking out little notches here, and I've missed one there. Okay. So we are just going to fold this into a little pizza box, and this size is perfect for the box to work as a belly band, and I've still missed one. There we go. Okay. So let's fold all those folds, and then we'll put our adhesive on. How are you getting on with the new stamping seal? I have become a bit of a fan, and I was not somebody who got on with the fast fuse, so it's weird because I didn't think I'd like this, but I do. Okay, so we're going to make a little pizza box up here. And I'm just pushing all those bits together, and there we've got a little pizza box shape. To decorate this, I've got a little piece, this is 2 5/8 squared, and I've embossed this. You could, oh, now that is not liking the stamping seal. So back to my trusty Tombow for that one then. This is the hammered metal embossing folder, 2 5/8 by 2 5/8, just to give a bit of texture. You could also put some DSP on there. And then I've also got, for decoration, some little DSP strips, which I cut earlier and now can't see. Here they are. So these are 1/2 inch by 2.5 inch strips, and I'm just going to decorate all the way around the edge of the box here. So there's that one. Right, now the other thing we need to do is to score this piece here. Bring my scoreboard. You could also do this on a trimmer. And we're going to score at 1 1/8, 2 inches, 3 3/4, 5 5/8. There we go, and so those are our scores. Now, I did this on my example version of this box in the stunning red velveteen sheet. Go gently, as though you're scoring DSP, because the first attempt I did go through because I was a bit heavy-handed with my scoring. So if you're using the velveteen, go gently with that. Okay, so let's see which way round my little box is opening. That way. So I'm going to pop that on. You could go back to front or side to side on this. I'm going to go there. Let's just take those 2 little bits out there. That's annoying me they haven't come out. And you can see how pretty this looks as it comes together. Let's have some more of the ribbon. This is the Seaside Spray ribbon. It's in the big book. Pretty sure it's in the big book. It's certainly returned in the Christmas if it's not there. Right. So we've got a little bow on there, and then maybe we'll take a little ho 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 and Merry Christmas, also from this stamp set. There is a die that cuts it out quite nicely, but you can also use a punch if you want to separate out those 2 pieces. So I'm going to have ho 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 with one and Merry Christmas with the other. And I'll put my Merry Christmas down at the bottom. And my ho 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 at the top. And you can decorate the inside of the box as well if you wish. And as I say, I will put all the measurements for this onto a little sheet for you. And there was my one that I did with the velveteen. If you haven't played with these stars, they are gorgeous. They're much nicer than they look just looking at them in the catalogue. So get them if you haven't. So there you go. There are some examples and samples of what you can do with the little treat box. Don't forget the tags as well. You can do those tags as well. So really, a really fun bundle of goodies that I think your customers will love. If this is your first visit to Ready Set Demo from Elizabeth's Craft Room, I do videos like this, I do training videos, and I also offer classes that are ready for you to teach with all the information. So if you are interested in any of those things and you would like to hear from me, not more than once every 2 weeks, I don't bombard you, then just send me an email, as I said, to liz.shannon@icloud.com, and I would be delighted to put you on my mailing list. Thanks for visiting today. Take care, my lovely demo friends.